The main goal of this channel right now is to convey music theory concepts in a manner that anyone can grasp. The goal is to be able to understand concepts, to have strong command of the material, not necessarily to master ridiculous volumes of material, but whatever material that I do cover, I want it to be thoroughly understood. And so I have been consulting with my wonderful wife, who is trying to be along the journey with us here. And she's given me feedback, very valuable feedback as to what's giving her trouble and what's actually working for her. And so she's sort of my litmus test right now until I get more feedback from a larger audience of people, until I get your feedback. And this is what I'm noticing, right? She's getting better. She's getting more confidence. She watched the video with the SHARPS and was beating up on herself because she couldn't get it. And I'm like, don't beat up on yourself. Like, don't judge yourself. See, you can do it. You just gotta come back a few times. Oh, I'm out here and it's kind of cold but kind of hot, and what happens is I get sweaty all at once, and then I get cold all at once. I'm gonna run a little AC here until I get cold. Yeah, and so anyway, she came back to the same video again yesterday, and she got all the questions right. And so, very proud of her. And I'm very proud of anyone who takes this approach. You see, it's very crucial to understand that you need to have certain character attributes. A certain level of determination needs to be brought to this game. It's not necessarily the smartest person wins. Listen, I'm not gonna be dishonest here. You have people out here in the world that are gifted. They're blessed. Like, they can just, you can say anything to them and once, and no matter how crazy it is, they just memorize. They can remember all of it. This is, if you look far and wide, these people are extremely rare. And I would even say that they're probably, my hypothesis would be that they're still going through this same process, albeit in a manner that they've become extremely proficient. They're gifted in the sense that this comes naturally to them, and then maybe they have another gear where they could just do everything way faster, or they just understand it on an intuitive level. See, we don't understand everything about how things work. And I'm not here to try to understand everything. What I'm here to try to do is to help you to understand the basics of music theory a little easier. But in order to do that, I need to keep stopping and, so I can explain the process that I believe a person has to go through in order to be able to, for this to become easy for them. There's no way around it. The repetition, the slowing down is necessary. Okay? So anyway, you gotta keep coming back like how my wife did. And it will, the concepts will start to become clearer and clearer, and also your memory will you'll start to try to recall information that I'm asking about, and it will actually load in your brain. And this is when confidence will build. All right. So we're going to, I said I was going to come to flats today in the next video, but I've changed my mind, and I've decided that since it's so true and so good that slow is fast, this insight is such a powerful weapon that we can use to learn. I'm gonna slow down even more so that we can build even more confidence with our sharps. And don't get discouraged, because slow is fast. You don't need to hurry up to flats. And here's another little secret that I know, insight that I happen to be able to see. If we don't rush to the flats, by the time we're more confident at the sharps, by the time we go over to the flats, those skills that we're using to do the sharps will translate and carry over to the flat, memorizing the flats and sorting those out better. And I had started, I put out a video talking about the major scale and whatnot, and I haven't forgotten. I'm just taking a pause from that, because we need to build more confidence over here. Okay, that's what my main person that I'm getting feedback from has made evident to me. Okay, because when we do start to study the major scale, we're just gonna be referring to sharps and flats, and we're gonna need skills to move inside of the notes to find the notes that make up the major scale. We're gonna need to be very confident with moving, okay? Moving from one note to another, using half steps and whole steps. But when you move by half steps and whole steps, what you're gonna do is you're gonna start on a note and you're gonna end on a net. You're gonna start with a reference note, and you're gonna move by either a half step or a whole step, and you're gonna end up on another note. You need to be able to tell me what that note is when we're doing that drill. You need to be able to build out major scales on your own without me, in other words, without needing, like, look what I'm doing out here. Do you see me reading off of a piece of paper or something? No, I'm just recalling stuff from my head. You have to be able to do this, and even if you're like, oh man, I'm a little rusty with that topic, to be able to go back over it again and double check and use logical reasonings to decide, okay, did I recall this right? And you can check yourself, because you have the concepts. It's the concepts that we need to seek after the hardest. Understanding each concept is like a little tiny piece of the massive jigsaw puzzle. So let's seek understanding of one concept at a time, one little tiny skill at a time, and then we have that now for the rest of our lives, and we can always add to it as we desire to learn and get better at music theory. Like, for example, I am at a certain level of understanding in music theory and different topics. If I wanted to get better, we need to start. Man, these bumps out here. I've bought more than one phone holder, but like they always break or something. But I guess I gotta get one. I gotta get one. Try to find a better one that I can use out here so that this doesn't happen anymore. Cause it's crazy. Like, I literally had to catch the phone as it was falling to the ground. I had to catch it in midair. Anyway, I'm lucky it didn't cut off the video. Anyway, see, acquire of skills, acquisition of skills is what we're after. Acquisition of understanding of the concepts. So let's do some sharps. Let's do some sharp drills again. Let's do some sharp drills again. Remember that a sharp is, the sharp symbol just means to raise the note, the reference note, by a half step in pitch. You're going up in pitch to higher pitch. Now, it's the note above the reference note. Okay, so if I say A sharp, it's the note above A. A sharp is the note that's above A. Right? If I say C sharp, that's the note that's above C. If I say F sharp is the note that's above the note F. Okay? Likewise, we could say that if I'm talking about, I can ask what's the note that's below F sharp, and I would say it would be F. What's the note below C sharp? Would be C. What's the note that's below G sharp? If I'm talking about G sharp and I go down one note, it's gonna be G. See? This is like, you need to be able to go up one note from the main, from the actual like note, letter note. You need to be able to go up one note to find the sharp, or you need to be able to go from the sharp down one note to find the actual letter without the sharp. That note that's beneath it. And so these are the two skills that, like, we're moving really by a half step, either up or down. Okay, so just stick with me, and the more competent we get with each of these skills, it's going to be relevant later. It's going to be relevant and very useful. So let's go again. What is the note above A? What would be a name that you could call the note that's above the note A? So this is where I give you a minute to think about it. It's going to be A sharp. Okay? What is the note that is above the note C? The note above C. If you raise the note C by a half step, what note would that be? And that will be C sharp. All right. The note above D is what? What do you call the note above D? See, what I'm doing here is I'm showing you how to practice. The note above D is D sharp. See? You have to give yourself time. In order to give yourself time, you need to slow down. When you slow down, being able to slow down in a world that's always in a hurry is a skill. And what happens is when you slow down and you give yourself a chance to hear the silence and to listen to your thoughts, to reason it out. It's kind of crazy to me, but this is seemingly a skill that is becoming increasingly rare. But this is how we learn. This is how we figure stuff out. So when you're practicing, if you want to practice on your own time, you need to slow down your mind. Like, it's not whoever can answer the question the fastest wins. It's, can I be correct every time? No matter how long it takes for me to figure it out, to recall it to my memory. Okay, and so let's do the reverse. What is the note below G sharp? If I take a G sharp and I go down a half step, I go down one note to the note that's lower than G sharp, what will that note be? The note below G sharp will be the note G. Okay, so if I'm going up a note from the letter, it's a G sharp. If I'm going down from a sharp, it becomes the letter without the sharp. What will be the note below A sharp? The note below A sharp. What note is immediately beneath the note A sharp in pitch? That's a half step down, that's a little bit lower in pitch than A sharp. And the correct answer is the note beneath A sharp is the note A. Okay, let's do C sharp. C sharp. What is the note that is immediately beneath C sharp? What is the note that comes before C sharp? What is the note that's a half step below C sharp? These are all different ways you could think about it. What is the next note that's immediately lower in pitch than C sharp? And the answer will be C. Okay? Now that we've built our confidence a little, I am going to do like what I would call like a machine gun drill, where I'm just going to rattle off several of them in a row so you can see the pattern. Okay, this is another drill we can do. Once we're starting to be confident with the pattern, we can start to try to do it a little quicker. But this is just for us to see the concept in its uniformity across all of the notes, right? So for example, I could say the note above A is A sharp. The note above C is C sharp. Now I'm intentionally skipping B. I'm intentionally skipping B because remember the B, C, E, F rule? B doesn't have a B sharp and E doesn't have an E sharp, okay? Because B and C are a half step apart from one another. There's no note between B and C. And the same exact thing for E and F. There's no note between. So there's no B sharp and there's no E sharp. All right, let's just say it like that. Right, we're learning to look at music as beginners and to understand. Like, you need to understand, and I need to I want to make a video where I show like an actual keys of a piano and how you can find. First of all, you should learn the notes on the piano, but how you can find, like, you can see physically on a piano that there's just no note there. There's black notes on a piano. They're between the white keys. Those are the sharps and flats. Those are the sharps and flats. But what happens is you have places on the piano where you have two white. You always have like black, white, black, white, black, white, black, white. It's like that. It's like staggered. Like every note as you go up is black, white, black, white, black, white, like this on the piano. So it's sharp, regular, sharp, regular, sharp, regular, like this. But what happens is there's certain places on the piano that are unique in that you have two white keys right next to each other, and it's not a black in between the two whites. So those are B, C, and E, F. See, it all fits together. If you hang in this journey, it will be very sweet and rewarding. Trust me. Learning it is not fun. I'm not gonna lie and say like this is so much fun. Oh man, I can't wait to do more sharps for drills. Like, no, it's not fun to me. Like, I kind of hate doing this. like I'm not supposed to say that, I guess. I mean when I was growing up, teachers never like said I hate history, like, but I just teach it because we need it or something. But like I don't like really like doing this that much. It's not the most entertaining thing to me. I'm like a lot of other people. Sometimes I don't like to slow down. But sometimes it's worth it to do things a certain way. Because the benefits that you're going to reap on the back end of it far outweigh the suffering. Okay? So right now it's just like you're memorizing like multiplication tables, like your subtraction, your minuses and pluses. It's like this is not fun. But later on it becomes really valuable, right? To be able to do some adding in your head and multiplying when it comes time to pay your bills or whatever. So these skills are useful, they're needed. And in the music world, these concepts that I'm teaching here, these rules and these specific little facts, like trivia facts to memorize, they're like pieces of a jigsaw puzzle, because like it's just like random. And you can't really tell how it fits to the big picture. We're just gathering pieces, they're all over the place. It's a mess. And we're like, oh, okay, this piece says this. It says F sharp. You just like put it over here, but I don't know where it fits to, right? And as time goes by, though, you come to realize that these concepts are like literally the same thing, like that. Your pluses and minuses and multiplication tables, what those became like in your life for day to day. That's what these concepts are for music. These are your multiplication tables, your plus and minuses of music. That's why we can't skip it. Can't skip the building blocks, the foundations, the rudiments, whatever you want to call it. So let's do the quick drill. A sharp is the note that's above A. B doesn't have a sharp, so we're gonna go through all the letters. C, the note above C sharp is, I don't know about C sharp. My fault. That's another drill we gotta do, but we're not gonna do it today. The note above, okay, so then let's start from the beginning. The note above A is what? A sharp. Let's go to B. The note above B is what? Well, it's not B sharp. It's C, because there's no sharp up between B and C. All right, let's go to C. The note above C is C sharp. Let's go to D. The note above D is D sharp. Go to E, the note above E. Well, we would say E sharp, but there's not a sharp between E and F, so the note above E is just F. We go straight to F. Then the note above F is F sharp. Then the note above G is G sharp. Okay? And then we could do backwards. Let's do each letter again. Starting on sharps and going down to the letter, the actual letter that doesn't have sharp. A sharp. What's the note below A sharp? A. Okay, there's no B sharp, so let's go to C sharp. What's the note below C sharp? The note below C sharp is C. Okay, let's go to D sharp. And again, don't get rattled if you can't do this fast. These are videos for a reason. You could play it back, but I'm gonna be going in and out of doing it slower and faster, right? So we could develop the actual skills that we will use in real life. The note below D sharp is D. Okay, there's no E sharp, so let's go to F sharp. All right, we're on F sharp. What's the note that's below F sharp? Okay, the note below F sharp is F. Okay, and finally G sharp. What is the note below G sharp? G. All right, so maybe you were able to make it through that with me because of the videos that we've been doing. Maybe not. Don't worry about it. Nobody ain't gonna be left behind. Like, that's my commitment. Like, I don't want anybody to be left behind who actually just keeps showing up and trying. Some of us will get it a little quicker than others, but I want to make it possible for everybody that doesn't want to quit on themselves. Okay, so again, this is finding the notes that are above the letter notes and giving them their sharp names, and also the skill of starting on a sharp and finding the note that's below the sharp, which is it will end up being the note with just a letter. And I'll continue to build on these skills and review these and build on the skills. What we're going to be able to do in the end, and what I'm trying to be positive of here, is that we'll be able to count our way through all of the notes with confidence. We'll be able to just go from note to note to note to note and call all the names in both directions. That skill of being able to do that is necessary in order for us to go to the like the scales. Okay, all right, so thank you for watching. Remember, you can do this if you keep showing up, if you keep giving your best effort, and you keep slowing down. And don't judge yourself. Don't be too hard on yourself, thinking like, oh man, like, oh, I'm so dumb. We've all been there. We've all been there. Like, if I couldn't relate, I wouldn't be doing this. All right, so be blessed, have a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.